But did you ever try to just drink less? This is a question that I get asked sometimes when people find out my story and discover that I don't drink. And the answer is, duh, yeah, of course I did. I tried loads and loads of times. But today I thought I'd share a bit more about why I decided that moderation wasn't working for me, because I think you might be in that same figuring out place. You might be going through the same process that I went through and trying to decide right now what to do. So here's what happened to me, in case it helps. First of all, cutting down and trying to just only have a glass or two only ever worked part of the time for me. So it's not as if I was never ever able to stop after just one. Sometimes I could do that, especially if I was with other people. But if I was at home alone, it was much harder, and I'd have to work really, really hard at not having more. Sometimes I'd make it happen, but most often one glass would lead to one bottle. So I just want to reflect on that for a second. Moderation only worked part of the time for me, maybe 25–30% of the time. And that in itself is a problem, right? Because in other areas of life, I would not accept that success rate. If I was following a diet that only worked 25 or 30% of the time, I would think to myself, this is not working. The failure rate is too high here. And if I was missing work targets that often, I would probably be sacked. I can't think of many examples in life where something only works a third of the time and we say, great, well, that's okay, that's all fine. Even when I did manage to just have one or two glasses, it was taking up way too much mental energy. I was thinking about alcohol all the time. I was thinking about it even when I wasn't drinking it. The noise in my head was there all the time. When was I going to have that drink? Where? What was I going to have? Would it be just one glass, or did two still count as moderating? You know, I was always negotiating with myself all the time, and that was just so draining and tiring. So it was a lot of hard work for a very low success rate. And that is when I started to realize that really what I wanted most of all is for alcohol to be unimportant and insignificant in my life. I am tired of it having this big presence. Because back then it was playing this large role in my life all the time, whether I was drinking it, recovering from drinking it, or trying not to drink it. I started to think, well, maybe the easiest way to control alcohol and have it be small and insignificant and unimportant in my life is actually to not drink it at all. And that is exactly what happened. You know, I think if I wasn't working in this field and doing this job, if I wasn't coaching women on this topic, I probably wouldn't think about alcohol any more than I think about cigarettes. You know, I don't miss it, but I don't demonize it either. It is really just not occupying any brain space. It's just one of those things that I don't do anymore, and that is just the best. Like, that is true freedom, and it feels pretty amazing. Now, if what I've said to you makes sense so far, then please let me flag up something that I see tripping a lot of people up. Because many of us have subconsciously absorbed the messages that come from old-fashioned, outdated recovery programs, where they say helpful things like, this is gonna be a lifetime battle. You are battling a disease. This is going to take never-ending willpower and commitment every single day for the rest of your days, which is why you're gonna have to keep attending so many meetings. When you think about that, and you combine that messaging with the lived experiences that you probably had when you've tried to stop on your own, or, you know, you've knuckled down and willpowered through Sober October on a wing and a prayer. When you combine all of that in one messy ball, then yeah, not drinking doesn't feel too appealing, right? But honestly, it doesn't have to be like that. Yes, you do need to be prepared for some challenges at the beginning. Change is always challenging. But if you combine a little bit of consistency with the right inner work, the right mindset work, getting coached to unpack some of your thinking so your own head isn't tripping you up, and unraveling those tightly held beliefs, then this can become something that is easy and empowering. Sobriety can become a lifestyle upgrade rather than some kind of ongoing punishment for bad behavior. And that approach is exactly what I teach at the Sober School. Because my goal isn't just to help women to stop drinking. My goal is for it to feel good and for someone like you to be really happy as a non-drinker. So I hope this video gives you something to reflect on. Let me know in the comments, where are you on this journey? Where are you on this moderation/sober journey? And how are you feeling about it all?